What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Just Like Smith channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a question and answer. So I made a post here on YouTube in the community forum, and then I also made a post on Instagram. I think that was all. I don't think that I done TikTok, but I done Instagram and YouTube. So I told y'all to ask questions, and then I was going to answer them in my next YouTube video, and now you're watching my next YouTube video. So we're going to be doing that in this video. But first, I've got 3 products that I want to show you guys that we've gotten sent to us here on the Just Like Smith YouTube channel. So 2 of the products will go on the truck, and then the 3rd product is like a cleaning product. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. So I know if you've seen one of my last videos, Simply Clean sent us out some cleaning products. And I've gotten to use some of those. Nothing but good to say about Simply Clean. But now we have a new cleaning product, which we're going to open up and see. Okay. All right, so this is a Final Magic Silicone O2 Spray Sealant. This is from Dealer Magic. So we've got the sprayer nozzle and this. So shout out to Dealer Magic for sending this. We will definitely try this out here on the truck at some point. I don't think that we'll get to try this out in this video, and the truck is already ceramic coated, so I plan on using this kind of like a topper. And I've talked to the guy that owns this, and super cool guy, super cool people. All right, so with that being said, guys, we're gonna go on to the next product that we're gonna be trying, which is from a company called Mic Tuning or Mic Tuning. I'm still not sure how to say it, but M-I-C and then tuning. So I have done a YouTube video on one of these in the past, so I'm not going to show you how to install this, but it's one of the tailgate light bars. It lights up bright white whenever you put it in reverse. It lights up a sequential turn signal in orange, and then it's red as well. I have a full YouTube video on this. Super awesome product. I've ran these on all of my trucks. 60-inch truck bed light strip. So we are going to put some bed lights in the truck, and this is supposed to come with everything that you need. Of course, you have to run this to some power of some sort. I asked him kind of how it wires up, and he said that I would see whenever I go to install it. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up and get this installed. Also, guys, I picked up a new camera, so hopefully you all can tell a difference. I'm not filming on the iPhone anymore. Got my iPhone right here. Hey, Rockform. I got my Rockform case on. Y'all have never got to see it because I'm always filming with the phone, but shout out to Rockform for sending me this phone case and the magnetic setup. It's really cool. I use it in my truck. Let me show you that right quick. So jumping up into the big 6.0 right here, we got the phone. Boom. It magnetizes right there, and then I can plug in my Apple CarPlay. I need to get that wireless Apple CarPlay, but what I like about it is it's strong enough to where I can plug my phone in, and I can unplug my phone without ripping it off of the magnet. So shout out to Rockform. And I've dropped the phone a lot with this case on here, and it's not broken yet. Alright, so we got the Mic Tuning. Let's see here. So it sticky tapes on/off dimming switch. We got some screws and some holders. Okay. So we've got some kind of harness right here with switches made into it, and it is fused. So there's a fused power wire. I'll probably tap into my Horn Blaster's power wire. Maybe try to just drop it down through the bed somewhere, and my power wire to my Horn Blasters is right under here. Look at that powder coat. Yeah, so let's get this opened up. Okay, so they do send you some longer wire, so you can go to your power wire wherever that's located. Okay guys, so I haven't measured these out, but it said 60-inch, and there's 2 of them, so I assume that they're 30 a piece. So we are going to go ahead and wire this up. So right now I'm going to go ahead and open up the bed cover and put my thinking cap on and kind of lay this all out and see what I can come up with that will be super clean and really cool. I'm hoping that this doesn't stay on all the time. It said on, off, and dimmer switch, and it's a fused power wire. So I think we should be able to kill the power to it and we shouldn't have to worry about this like running the batteries dead or anything like that. I will pick back up here in just a second after I get this figured out on how we're going to be mounting and installing it. So I'll be right back. Alexa, turn shop on. Alright guys, so we've got the MIG Tuning bed light kit installed, and with my platform, if a company helps me, like say I have an issue with a product like I'm having with this, so I'm sure MIG Tuning will send me a new switch. But I tested this before I installed it, and you could click the switch and turn it completely off, completely on. And now that I've got it all installed, it doesn't do that. Like, it doesn't turn off and on. So I think the switch is bad already, maybe. I'm really not sure on this one. But with that being said, I'm not trying to bash MIG Tuning at all, but that is an issue that I've had. So pretty much my option at this point is either install a new switch and hope that that one lasts, even though this one was good out of the box and then bad once I installed it. So I don't know, but as far as the LED strips go, they're super bright to just be single row LED strips, and they feel like good quality. You know, they're thick and they're in like a housing. They're not just like, you know, like a interior LED strip, like they're in a waterproof casing and stuff. So, but with that being said, guys, like I said, my option at this point is either install a new switch, or I could wire this to like the tail lights. What I ended up doing, if you wanted to do a setup like this on your own truck and not do the MIG Tuning kit, then what I done was there's actually a hole right here that I ran the wire in, and it went down the side of the bed. Same thing over here, down the side of the bed. They connected underneath the bumper down here, and I didn't wire them up just yet because I was having an issue, so I'm glad that I didn't wire those into my power wire on my Horn Blasters kit. But the switch goes down through there as well, and what I done, I didn't have to drill any holes. There was just a hole right here beside of this, and I just 3M taped the switch right there, so you can very easily reach it. But see, whenever I click the switch, it just dims. But it's supposed to, like right here's full brightness. Whenever I hold the switch, it dims down. Whenever I hold it, it brightens back up. So yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure what's wrong with the switch, if it's a bad switch. I don't know if maybe a weird ground could cause this. I just have it grounded right here to the battery. But this is exactly how I tested it before I installed it as well, and it worked just fine. So I'm really not sure. Which in all reality, guys, isn't really that big of a deal. I mean, yes, it kind of sucks that we got this kit, which it was free. You know, they sent it to me to do a video on. But if you had paid your hard-earned money on this kit and then the switch done that, I fully believe that MIG Tuning would send you all a new switch, because I've dealt with these people in the past and they've always been good to me. But anyway, you could wire that up to a different switch, or just hardwire that with no switch into like an accessory power that only has power with the key on or with like the headlights on, because that's really when you're going to be using this anyway, guys, if you're loading stuff into the bed. But enough talking about this bed light setup. I think it turned out really, really cool. I like it. I'm just going to have to figure out something as far as turning it off and on. So I'm going to reach out to Mick Tuning and see if we can get a new switch and see if that fixes it. So I'll try to mention that in one of the next videos. But with that being said, guys, we're going to jump into our Q&A. So we're going to go over here, take a seat, and read through some of the questions that you guys had for me. All right, guys, so now we're going to go ahead and jump right into this Q&A. I'm going to be reading the YouTube first, probably like 10 or 15 of these, and then that'll be all for today's video. So on YouTube, the first one that we're going to do is, have you ever thought of building a completely different truck, sell yours, or keep both? Said Mark D. Mark, probably, I have thought about building, if I do build another truck, I'll be building another truck when I either decide to keep this one like for good and like literally never sell it for like the rest of my life, or whenever I do a giveaway on the YouTube channel. I would love to do a giveaway someday whenever I get bigger and give this truck away to one of you guys. And then of course we would probably already by then have a different build on the channel and still be keeping this with the intent to give it away someday. Brendan Nino said, what got you into building trucks and who taught you everything? As far as who taught me everything, that's a hard one, because I've learned not only off of YouTube, trial and error mainly. It's mainly been trial and error, but of course there's all kinds of stuff that you can learn on YouTube, as you all know by watching my channel. So a lot of it was trial and error, literally just, listen, I don't have the money to pay somebody to do it, or I don't feel like going without a truck for, say, the shop was going to take a week. If I have like a 50-50 vibe that I can get it done myself, then I'll go for it. As far as suspension stuff goes, I've been putting leveling kits, lift kits. Whenever you learn all about suspension to an extent, it's kind of all the same. It's nuts and bolts, guys. You can get it back together one way or another. Just staying organized is the most important thing. Taking videos, pictures as stuff comes apart. That will help you all a lot. But yeah, like I said, I've been putting leveling kits on and lift kits on since I was 15. I'm 22. So like, for what I know how to do, 7 years of experience, I mean, it's like nothing crazy, guys. I mean, yeah, I did build this truck from the ground up. Done everything to it except for, you know, pulling the frame and powder coating the frame. But I just wasn't about, that's why I done the frame overlays, because I wasn't about to, y'all already seen me if you've been following the channel. I used to have red underneath my truck. Now I have lime green underneath my truck. I didn't want to have a lime green frame and then be like, man, I'm sick and tired of lime green. I want to do a different color, and then I got to take my motor back out, take my transmission back out, take the whole cab off of the truck, wiring harness, fuel lines, brake lines, the whole 9 yards. So whenever I built this truck, I was like, I want to powder everything from the frame down. So everything is powdered on this truck from the frame down, which isn't really a big deal to me now. A lot of y'all, you know, that may seem crazy. But anyway, on to the next one. Says, what would your next build be that's not a Ford? If I built another truck, it'd probably be a 4th gen Cummins. What part number do you have for Skyjacker leaf springs? I don't have the part number for the Skyjacker leaf springs, but I'll try to find those and include that in the description down below. Just want to know why my truck always defuels when coolant and oil temps reach 224. I have Minimax tuner, so should just upgrade my tuner. I don't know, because I've never had that happen to me. What made you want to build a 6.0 and make your business in painting? I'm completely self-taught as far as painting goes. I mean, yeah, I've watched videos here and there on YouTube, but it all started literally with the rattle can, and you all have seen that. I literally show you how to rattle can and get good results on my YouTube videos, like from 2 years ago. So I've been painting for a little bit over 3 years now, because I was painting a little bit before I started YouTube. I guess probably 4 years now I've been painting. So I'm getting better and better every year. Every single time I paint, my quality gets better and better and better. So it's just a learning process, completely self-taught. So, you know, there's going to be good and bad and trial and error to seeing what works, what doesn't, what's the most affordable to where you can still make money and not like salvage quality. and all of that. So I've got pretty much my clear coat. I've got that down pat. I know exactly what clear coat to buy that gets good results, that's cheap enough to not be crappy clear coat. And then base coat I've got figured out. Adhesion promoter I've got figured out. Primer I've got figured out. So then from there on out, it's just me not screwing up whenever I paint stuff and dealing with the weather in my homemade paint booth, which is indoors in a storage building. But the ventilation isn't super good, so I do have to figure out something with the ventilation because I don't want to get cancer here in like a year. I hope this video ages well. Anyway, on to the next one. How old were you when you bought your first 6.0? I bought my first 6.0 after I sold my gold F250. I bought a pretty much wrecked 6.0 dually and repainted the bedside and the cab on it, and I done that all with rattle cans. And then I had like 12,000 in it, and I sold it for 19,000 or 18.5 or something like that. I want to say I was probably 18. I'd have to look back at like timestamps on stuff. I've got all kinds of pictures on my phone. Let's see here. Clash of Clans said, "Sup dude, just curious why you picked the 6.0 as the most badass Super Duty to build. Ever thought of doing a 6.4? I love my 6 liter too and have learned a ton from you about these old trucks, but now I'm considering doing a 6.4 build for my old lady. She loves the look of those, but we hear the motor isn't as reliable. If you like the look of a 6.4 and you've already been through 6.0 problems and 6.0 stuff, my response to that would just be do a front clip swap on a 6.0 truck. And then motor parts, suspension parts, you all would have the same truck. You and your old lady would have the same truck pretty much. You'll just have different fenders, bumper, grill, and headlights. But as far as the engine being the same and all the other parts being the same, I feel like that would be the best like financial and smartest and enjoyable decision. So hope that helps. What got you into YouTube and why did you start, and did you expect it to come to where you are now? I didn't expect it to come to where I am now. I started it just for fun. I had like 4,000 or 5,000 followers on Instagram, so I started it. In my first year on YouTube, I only got 1,000 followers or subscribers in my first year on YouTube. So being at 15,000 now, 3 years and some change later into it, I mean, the growth rate is definitely there. Obviously, there's a lot more people that grow way quicker than that, but with the type of DIY content and stuff that I'm doing, I'm super, super grateful for each and every one of you all and very happy with my growth rate and stuff like that. It's just really finding the time with doing my paint business and doing YouTube to keep up with everything and continue making videos, because I don't want to just push out just crappy random videos. But yeah, so I hope that helps and I hope that answers your question. Why build an old 6.0? Why not a new truck? Not hating, just wondering. Also, what do you do for a living? So what I do for a living is you're watching right now. I do YouTube, and then I also have a business called Rooster_Retros on Instagram where I do that, and then I'll buy and resell stuff here and there, and really just being smart and budgeting my money and trading around with stuff is what's pretty much helped me get to where I am today. But why build an old truck is because I just love the sound of a 6.0, and like say you're gonna have $80,000 in a vehicle. Me personally, for YouTube's sake and me making money off of YouTube and me having content to bring you guys on YouTube, if I have $80,000 to put into my personal vehicle that I'm gonna modify and make useless or whatever you want to call it, would it be smarter for me to take a $65,000 truck, especially in today's economy, a $65,000 truck, and spend $15,000 on it? Or would it be better to take a $20,000 truck and spend $40,000 on it, only have $60,000 in it, but $40,000 in upgrades is $40,000 in YouTube content and videos that I can make for you guys? And it's just, I don't know. I mean, I love the look of a 6.0. I would love to have a 6.0 truck with a 6.7 Power Stroke in it. I don't know if that's ever been done. I'm not saying that I plan on doing that someday. But I love a 15 and 16 6.7. But I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the front clips on them. The 6.0 front clip is my favorite front clip ever. If I was to ever do a 15 or 16 6.7, I would absolutely love to put a 6.0 front clip on a 6.7 Platinum and put a mint 6.0 bed on a 6.7 Platinum, but with the '08 and up style rear end, of course. But I'm not a fan of like the bubbles in the fenders. Like, it kind of looks like it has fender flares like made into it. I just like the look of the 6.0s, but of course it was a budget thing as well, as far as what I could afford and still be able to put, you know, $30,000-$40,000 into a truck and spend the time making videos. Alright, so that's all that I'm going to do off of YouTube. Now we're going to jump over to Instagram, and we'll do like 5 off of Instagram. Sorry that I've sat here for this long doing this, guys. If this is something that y'all enjoy and you want me to do these like once a month or whatever, then just let me know down below. Let's see, West Coast Knives Photography. Why 6.0 Power Stroke? I kind of just explained that one. He asked a bunch of questions in the same comment, so I appreciate that, brother. What made you start Rooster Retros? I got so many people asking, can you, like, I made a video to help you guys, and obviously that's still what I want to do, but when people see you build taillights and headlights and realize how much work goes into it to do it like properly and to do it the right way, and how much time goes into it, you know, if you're out here working 9 to 5, by the time you calculate in family time and everything else, it's really hard to build taillights yourself. You know, that it's very, very time consuming, because it takes me about 2 hours to get everything opened, prepped, you know, sanded down, all of that stuff. And then it'll take me about 2 hours to get everything painted, and then about 2 hours to reassemble everything. And that's not including dry time in between stuff. So like, say I start on one set of headlights and taillights, you know, if I start them on a Monday, I'd probably get them finished up and reassembled and ready to ship out that Friday, with YouTube, family time, sleeping, eating, taking care of my 3-month-old, all of that stuff. So, you know, it's like each set of headlights I have is like pretty much a week of my time in my head. So that's why I started Rooster Retros, was just to make money, because showing you guys how to do stuff, I got so many people asking me if I would do it for them, so I just seen the business opportunity and took it. Why did you lift your truck 20 inches just to lower it down a little? I lifted my truck originally. I was going to do a 15-inch striker kit, and I ended up getting the one-off mini cradle, or the mini mega cradle from Striker. So then I ended up going bigger and doing 20 inches, but it was originally just supposed to be 15. And just after making content with it and driving it and, you know, just enjoying it, after I had it like that over a year, I was just bored and needed to make more YouTube content. So that's why I started the rebuild series. And I'm not sure if there's going to be any more rebuild series on the 6.0, or if I'm going to buy another truck, or what I'm going to do. But we've still got more stuff to do to this until it's done. I'm getting this thing completely done before I decide to do anything else. So I was just really, to answer your question, just boredom, and for the sake of you guys to make more YouTube content, reviewing different brands, all of that. I have nothing bad to say about Striker. I wouldn't recommend necessarily like their Striker, like Sniper Series coilovers. Like, if you're gonna cheap out on coilovers and not get Kings or Fox or Radflow or whatever, then just buy FOAs, because like the Sniper Series shocks are just FOAs, and that's really like the only disadvantage to Striker in general. All their metal components, their faceplates are flawless. Everything is flawless and awesome from Striker. I just wouldn't recommend. If I could do it over again, I would have ended up doing King coilovers like I'd done this time around. What are you going to build? When are you going to build your motor, and what turbo injectors are you doing? I plan on doing either a KC Stage 2 or Stage 3, and then I'm going to do 190s. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Probably this winter or next winter. Now that I've got the truck back together, I want to actually drive it and enjoy it. And I'm thinking about maybe studding it and everything myself, and buying a 2-post lift and pulling the cab and doing a full video series on that, learning how to do that myself. So the truck would be down for quite a while with me learning how to do all that myself. And I literally just now got the truck driving again. So I want to enjoy it first, and it only has 90,000 miles on it. So I just want to drive it and enjoy it before I tear it all apart again. Why do you work on your own stuff to save money? You like doing it, make sure it's done right, or all the above? Kind of all the above. I live in a very small town in Kentucky, and getting stuff done the right way around here in like the whole truck build scene. Like, there's really no one. Like, pretty much everybody, if like they want powder coat and like a lift kit that you see off of Instagram, you know, not just like a bolt-on rough country that like you pick up at Line X and stuff like that. Pretty much everybody around here locally will bring their truck to me, or at least they used to. Since I started Rooster Retros, guys, I've not really done any customer builds. I used to do them all the time, but I've not had the time to do it because I've been too busy doing the online business thing with painting and building taillights and headlights. If you weren't doing YouTube, what would you be doing for a living right now? I used to lay blacktop and do asphalt seal coating, and I actually enjoyed it somewhat, so I would probably buy a small dump truck and do small residential blacktopping, or buy like a seal rig and do asphalt seal coating around here locally, and then just do YouTube in the winter time and still do YouTube in the summertime. But you know, summertime is when you're doing the whole asphalt thing, because it's really hard to do in the wintertime. You really can't, at least where I live. So that's probably what I'd be doing if I had to be honest with y'all. How did you get started on YouTube? My boy Trucks and Waters, Josh. That's going to finish off this video. If y'all don't know who Trucks and Waters is, check out Trucks and Waters. I used to watch Trucks and Waters like every single time he posts a video. I still do, but I stay so busy it's hard to keep up. And he went off of YouTube there for just a little bit, but now he's back and making more content, which is awesome. So if you're watching this, Josh, I really appreciate you doing YouTube in the first place, because it's really, I would say I mean, obviously he motivated me, but like I enjoyed watching his YouTube content so much, and Ryan Mayer's YouTube content so much, and let's see, there's someone else that I'm forgetting. Ryan Mayer and Josh were like two big, huge, like, I don't know, I just enjoyed watching their videos so much that I was like, dude, if I could make videos that would get people the enjoyment that I'm feeling right now, that would be awesome. So that's why I started YouTube. Anything that I want to add to that? No, not really. But anyway, so that's going to be all for today's video, guys. Always remember, everybody starts out as a nobody. And let me know how the audio and the video quality was in this video. Is it better than the iPhone? I hope so, because we just spent some money on the camera, and I want it to be better for you guys. So if there's anything that I need to change or do or anything like that, let me know. So like I said, guys, always remember, everybody starts out as nobody. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I can't do that whole thing anymore because like it adjusts to the lighting. Dang it. Anyway.